That's a very good question. It's kind of hard to sum up the best 4 years of your life into words, but if I really had to try, I would say it was definitely, like I said, the best 4 years of my life. It was a massive learning experience, and I got the chance to study under one of the best in the industry. I've also made a lot of friends there, and I mean, it was literally something I would not give away for anything. It was just an amazing experience. It was absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, I was recently diagnosed with a disease called fibromyalgia. That's a deterioration of the muscle and nerve endings in the body, causing me to be in constant pain, and my doctor essentially told me that if I compete in this match, I could screw myself up really badly. Like, I could do some permanent damage to my body. It's really horrible because I'd give anything in the world to be in this match, but my doctor says I just can't do it. It's really sad because I really wanted to be in this match, and this is the best of the industry going at it. It just really sucks that my name's not going to be on that board. Well, me and James, as you know, haven't had much in-ring experience, though I'm a very good friend with him backstage. As a matter of fact, he's the guy who got me into the wrestling business. I mean, he's the guy who introduced me to Chris Cabot, who put me through the schooling. He's one of my best friends still to this day, and I mean, for years I've wanted to be a tag team with him. It's just never happened. I mean, I've pushed for it, he's pushed for it, it just never wound up in the cards, you know? Well, I haven't had much in-ring experience with him either. I've had a couple of matches, and I gotta say, he's a great wrestler. He's got an amazing amount of skill. I just don't know him that well outside of the ring. I mean, we're kind of different people, so we haven't had that much out-of-ring interaction. I mean, he seems like a nice enough guy, and I have a great deal of professional respect for him, but that's about all I can say. He's a good guy too. I mean, he's a great wrestler. I mean, I've wrestled this guy a lot of times, and I'd say some of the best matches of my life were against this guy. I mean, he goes out there and he does everything so professionally and by the book, yet he still has style when he does it, which is impressive to say the least. But I mean, and as for out of ring interaction with him, he's a good guy backstage too. I mean, we didn't get along too much at the beginning, but you know, that's to be expected. I was the new guy, but I'd still say he's taught me a lot. What is there to say about Chris Cabot that hasn't been said 100 times over? Well, definitely the man who brought me into this business. James brought me to him, but he's the one who had me trained. He's the one who gave me an opportunity. He saw something in me no one else would see. And for that, I am eternally grateful to him. I mean, he goes out there all the time, like I said about the Shocker, professional, by the book, still manages to do it really well. You know, he always makes it look good. This guy's been doing this for so many years, and he's never, you know, he's never been bad at it. He very rarely has a bad match, and even when he does, he recovers like that. I mean, the guy is a great wrestler, and I owe him my career. Hell, I almost owe him my life. And great guy, absolutely. As for out-of-ring interaction, he's probably the guy I've had the most with, because I actually traveled with him for a while. I mean, that had its ups and downs, but you know, sharing a small quarters with somebody always well. But I owe a lot to him. I'd say he's taught me the most in my career. He trained me himself, which is impressive too. And he's just, yeah, he's the reason why I am who I am. Well, it's given me an outlet that I've never had in my life before. I've always considered myself a somewhat messed up human being, and a lot of times I've been judged for that. I've been made to feel like I wasn't as good as everybody else, and this gave me a chance to take that twisted side, magnifying it by about 100 times, and it gave me a chance to embrace my twisted side. And you know what? It didn't matter if the fans loved me. I mean, I loved being loved by the fans. It was great. And it didn't matter if the fans hated me, because that was my job, you know? Just the interaction between me and the fans was good, no matter what it was. And it just, you know, I thought every show they took something from me, and I took just as much from them, you know? It just really gave me a chance to showcase who I am as a human being, you know? any final thoughts, I definitely think this is going to be one of the greatest matches that has ever happened. I mean, this is past, present, future, this is everything, you know? This is like the match, you know? Like when historians look back on wrestling, this is going to be one of those matches that no one will ever forget, you know? Like fucking Andre Hulk Hogan, fucking, you know, fucking, yeah, this is going to be one of those moments, you know? This is going to be fucking huge. I guarantee all of them are going to tear the roof clean off of that fucker. Picking a winner. I mean, James Adams obviously deserves to be there, and he's earned his way there, so he has a very good chance of winning. I mean, this is also for his belt, you know, that definitely adds something, being a former world champion. I know that when you want to keep that belt, when you go down there to the ring, you do everything you can to keep that belt. The Shocker, obviously, he wants that belt probably as bad as James wants to keep it, if not more. I mean, that guy loves his titles. But, Chris Cabot and Michael Morton too. I mean, they're all amazing wrestlers. I mean, Chris Cabot's got the experience, and again, so does the Shocker. And Michael Morton and James are both hungry to get this win, because this is going to be a history book moment. But if I really had to say, I don't think it can be done. I don't think it can be said, because every one of these men is just as good as the other, and every one of these men want it just as bad. And I think no matter who wins, hell, if it's win, lose, or draw, no matter what, I think every man in there will do the best he's ever done and put on the match of their lives.